76 Lokpal. First statement is the tapana statement. Correct, incorrect. Third one is incorrect. So first statement and third statement are incorrect. Second statement is correct. Half of the members must be from SC, ST, OBC and women members, and half must be from judicial members. So that is what the criteria for Lokpal members. And the first point is that chairman, yes, he is appointed by the president, chairman and members, but the recommending committee is not the council of ministers. There is a special committee that is being set for the purpose of recommending the chairperson and members of Lok Sabha for the president's appointment. And the third point is that one of the major drawbacks of Lokpal is that it cannot take suo motu cognizance. It cannot take suo motu cognizance, and a lot of other drawbacks also, such as it focuses on the form rather than the substance. It wants its forms or applications or complaints to be in a structured form rather than what is being talked in that particular complaint. And it also provides legal measures, legal aid to the public servants against whom cases have been instituted. So these are the various other drawbacks of Lokpal, which is also one point, that is, it cannot take suo motu cognizance. So the third statement is incorrect, first statement is incorrect, second statement is correct. A, only 2. 77 committees of the Constituent Assembly and their heads. Only 2 is correct. Union Powers, Nehru. Union Steering Committee is Rajendra Prasad, and States Committee, right? State Committee is also Nehru. Option A. Also Nehru again. States Committee. A, only 2. A, only 2. $78. 78, yes, option A, 4, 3, 2 and 1. 4, 3, 2 and 1. Ascending order or descending order? Yes, is asked in the ascending order. The first nuclear test was done in 1974. Peace treaty between Soviet Russia, 1971. Tashkent Agreement, 1966. Panchashil, 1954. So 4, 3, 2 and 1. 4, 3, 2 and 1 is the chronological from earliest to the latest. Moving on to the New START Treaty, 79. USA Russia. Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty. Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty. USA and Russia. 80. Single Convention. Narcotics. This is something that has to do with narcotics. Single Convention. 1961 la sign panna or convention. And it was signed in 1961. Narcotics Control. Single Convention. 81. Hawkish Stance. Hawkish Stance. There are two different types of stance, such as different types of stance, but two majorly that we discuss is hawkish and dovish stance. In hawkish stance, dovish stance, wherein in the dovish stance, the central bank or RBI in case of India, the government in case of India, they want to have have growth, so they don't care about inflation. The dovish stance, but in the hawkish stance, they want to have a tighter monetary policy. have a tighter policy on inflation, so that they want to keep the inflation at its low. So that is what a hawkish stance is. So option B indicates that the central government's or central bank's top priority is to keep inflation low. 82. Which of the following articles of Indian Constitution are being contested by the proponents and opponents of DNA profiling bill? A 1 and 2 by the opponents and 3 and 4 by the proponents. 3 and 4 by the proponents. Scientific temper, abjure violence comes on scientific temper. DNA profiling is nothing but using your DNA or your DNA in sense, the criminals and accused DNA, storing it and using it for future references. One side it might sound like something that is needed because a lot of missing children, for example, 1 lakh individuals today are missing every year. Are missing 1 lakh individuals, 1 lakh children are missing children who cannot be identified from who cannot identify with their parents, cannot be conjoined with their parents. The next thing is that a lot of unidentified bodies, around 40,000 per year unidentified bodies are being cremated by the government or by other civil society organizations. So all these things can be reduced, in fact nullified when this DNA profiling is done. This is one side. Another side is that DNA profiling has also a lot of ethical considerations. This is what profiling, the term profiling itself, it has a negative notion also. Profiling something that is done with racial profiling or linguistic profiling or caste-based profiling that we do today in India. Yes, 20 is something that talks about self-incrimination. 21 is liberty, and 51A itself talks about the scientific temper and stuff like that. A 1 and 2 is opponents, 3 and 4 by proponents. 83 Sir Creek dispute. Sir Creek dispute. Sir Creek dispute. Both 1 and 2. Both 1 and 2. So, Sir Creek dispute is another dispute between India and Pakistan's boundary issues. So, Sir Creek is a very small, as the name says, a very small creek, narrow water body that separates Gujarat and Sindh provinces of India. What is the issue is that regarding how to divide this creek. So, Pakistan wants a much larger region, India wants it to be in the middle. This is what the red line and green line means. The red line is what India claims India wants, and green line is what Pakistan wants. And there is also another principle called as the Thalberg doctrine. I hope we have discussed this earlier also. Thalberg doctrine that is generally used when there is a boundary dispute, when there is a water-based boundary dispute between two nations. The Thalberg doctrine says that the point of division must be the deepest point. So if the Sir Creek is deepest in the middle, that is where the line differentiating the boundaries of India and Pakistan must be. So that is what the Thalberg doctrine dictates. But there are opposition here also. What is done is that Pakistan says the Thalberg doctrine is applicable only for navigable streams, or navigable creeks. But the Sir Creek is not navigable. How does India counter? India counters this by saying that during high tides, the creek is navigable, or at least during some parts of the day, this particular creek is navigable. So the Thalberg doctrine can be used. So these are the two arguments. There is no end in sight. These are two arguments between the two sides. Yes, both statements are correct, A and B. 84. Which of the following states were foreign territories before acquisition by India? One, two, and three. Sikkim, Daman and Diu, Dadar and Nagar Haveli. Nagaland was part of India, etc. Part of Assam. It was again carved out. So Sikkim, it was under a kingdom. Daman and Dayu, Dadri Nagalavi, and the Portuguese had them. So, yes, 1, 2, and 3 only. 1, 2, and 3 only. 85. With reference to headline inflation, which of the following statements is correct? Headline inflation. Sorry? Neither one nor two. Neither one nor two. Headline inflation in India is consumer price index, CPI based, and headline inflation also measures food and energy sectors. Only the core inflation, it negates all the volatile substances, all the volatile parameters such as food. Headline inflation also calculates these things. 86. Munich Security Conference. Munich Security Conference. Neither one or two. It's something that is meeting annually in February. And it was formed in 1963, Munich Security Conference. Nothing but a NATO-based and Eastern European-based countries discussion forum regarding internal security, all these stuff. 87. Which of the following are quasi-judicial bodies? One and three. All the above. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. It's a tribunal. All National Green Tribunal is a tribunal. As we all know, it's a quasi-judicial. CIC, yes, we know it has powers of civil court. Competition Commission is also a quasi-judicial body. 88. 371 C, F, G, and H. 3 pairs only. Meghalaya. 371C is Manipur. 371C is Manipur. This is. Have you come across this thing? The mnemonic that is being used for Article 371. Namas Mag. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. 371A. Nagaland, Assam, Manipur, Andhra Pradesh, Sikkim, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, Goa. Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, and Goa. Only 3 pairs are correct. 371C is Manipur. It has been given as Meghalaya there. 89, guarding Part 9B, Cooperative Societies and Part 9B. Maximum number of directors of a cooperative society shall not exceed 21. Yes, it shall not exceed 21. And reservation of 3 seats for women on the board of every cooperative society. No, it is 1 seat for SC or ST, 1 seat for women. 1 seat for SC or ST and 1 seat for women. Only one is true. Only one is true. Question number 90. The committee was set up under the provisions of Government of India Act 1919. Prime Minister appoints the chairman of the committee. No committees are being appointed by the Prime Minister except for cabinet committees. Public Accounts Committee. 1 and 2 are correct. Incorrect. 1 is correct. Only 1 is correct. Only 1 is correct. 2 and 3 are incorrect. 2 and 3 are incorrect. 2 and 3 are incorrect because 22 members, 15 and 7. 15 and 7. And here it is the speaker, not Prime Minister, speaker. 91 IBC, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. IBC, yes. IBC PIRP, the pre-packaged insolvency takes time. CIRP is corporate insolvency resolution procedure. It takes time. In order to reduce the time, in 2021, an amendment was brought to IBC known as the PIRP, pre-packaged. So these pre-packages are just in the amendment stage, not yet fructified. They're in the amendment stage. The first statement is incorrect. The second statement is the lacks provisions to deal with cross-border insolvency. IBC has provisions under section 234 and 235. It has provisions to help deal with cross-border insolvency, and growing haircuts contribute to its success to achieve goals. Haircuts is one of the major reasons why IBC is facing criticisms. Initially, apart from all the other measures that we have, let us take the debt recovery tribunals, or let us take the lok adalats, irrespective of whatever measure other than IBC we take, IBC performed well. Even today it is doing well, but the amount of haircuts is being increasing. For example, let us say 100 rupees is the debt, 100 rupees is the insolvency that is being managed. That haircut is nothing but the amount that is foregone. Let us take 20 rupees, 20% is foregone. All the creditors are saying, let me have what I have. I invested 100 rupees, something is good for nothing. So I'll get 80 rupees. So here 20% or 20 rupees is the haircut. So this haircut has been increasing recently. 25%, 30%, 40%. This haircut has been increasing, and this has questioned the efficacy of IBC as a perfect measure, as a well-performing measure of insolvency. So this is what a haircut is. Haircut is the amount of money or a percentage of money that is being foregone by the creditors. Statements, all three statements are incorrect. All three statements are incorrect. 92, which of the following is the constitutional discretion of governor? All the four are constitutional discretions of the governor. 93, social overhead capital. One, two, and 4. Something that is given to the community. For the social overhead capital is transport and irrigation, health and medical facilities, energy and education. 1, 2, and 4. 94. Procedure established by law. The scope of this provision was expanded in which of the following cases? Menaka Gandhi case. Because in the Menaka Gandhi case, something called as due process of law was brought. Initially, procedure established by law, it checked upon the executive side. But after the Menaka Gandhi case, the due process of law, this concept of due process of law was inculcated within the ambit of procedure established by law under Article 21, and this gave the court powers to question the legislative side also. On what basis this legislation has been brought? Or is this legislation something that is needed in that tone, in that tonality? 95. The weapon of expunction seen in parliamentary news refers to? Weapon of expunction is nothing but parliamentary privileges. All these individuals have the privilege to talk. MPs have privilege to speak. 105 has given the freedom to speak, or the right or privilege to speak for individuals within the parliamentary premises. But expunction is nothing but the removal of those words uttered by the MPs from the official records. This is what expunction is, and parliamentary privileges. Speaker and chairman remove pannruvanga. If you use some words, some sort of words, even though it is not unparliamentary also, people remove it. It's known as weapon of expunction. 95. Currency depreciation is a reflection of higher nominal demand for imported goods from final consumers. First one is correct. Second is also correct. Both 1 and 2. Both 1 and 2. C. So currency depreciation is a reflection of higher nominal demand for imported goods. The wording is something that is complicated. The meaning of that particular statement is depreciation, the relationship between depreciation and imports. If imports increases, the demand for dollars increases, the demand for a particular currency appreciates it, and the currency that is in relation with, for example, the rupee in this case, depreciates. Like the wording is very complicated there, but the concept is not. The concept is not. So 96, the first statement is correct, and second statement, yes, imported inflation is a variant of cost push inflation. Both statements are true, 1 and 2. 97, which of the following are directly audited by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India? 97. Only one will come. Only one. Air India and Indian Airlines are being audited by. So basically, there are 3 categories, right? One that is completely audited by the Comptroller and Auditor General.
Now also they auditing.
Yes.
After.
And then we have a category that is being done by private players, but CAG can do additional supplementary audits. The third category is completely done by private players. And in these 3 other things, RBI, FCI and LIC, this is done by private players, completely by private players. So one only is correct.
Why is it that a private company has been audited by government?
Maybe some sort of clash between CAG, and the workload of CAG is also very high, right? No, all these organizations like LIC, FCI and RBI, they need specific nuances. It cannot be done by someone who has a lot on his plate. RBI's audit and all is very important, so that is why outsourcing to a private individual, I don't like, it's not the correct example also, but it might be one of the reasons why we are outsourcing to private individuals. So private individuals not saying that government does not take or CAG does not take his work seriously, but when it comes to private players, an objective set of hands can be there. Objective eyes can be there. So that is maybe one of the reasons why we go to private players for important organizations. Not saying that Air India is not important or Indian Airlines is not important. 98. GST Council voting rules. Third. Third is also correct.
Second is correct.
Third is correct, obviously. Yes, the weightage of votes, the minimum votes required to pass a decision is 3/4. That is 75% is needed. Central government has 1/3 of the vote. 33% of vote is held by central government, and 2/3 of the vote is held by the state government. Either way, whatever you do without the center's help, you cannot pass any decision with respect to the GST, because 75% is needed and states only have 66%. Let alone states come together. Even though states come together, they cannot succeed. Which of the following goods are imported by Roman Empire from India? Both, all 3. Muslim cutlery and leather. Muslim cutlery and leather. Especially iron-related cutlery items were famous. And from Rome, we import a lot of wine. Gold wine, and there have been instances of imports of women also. Gold, wine, and women. Yes, 100. Attorney General of India.
Which is 1 and 2 are different.
Take part in the proceedings of Lok Sabha. Yes, he can be a member of a committee of the Lok Sabha. Yes, he can be. He cannot take part in the joint proceedings. Yes, he can take part. So third statement is incorrect. He can vote. Only members can vote. Non-members cannot vote. Attorney General is not a member of Lok Sabha. He cannot vote. Thank you.